Hello YouTube, welcome to part 5 of Java programming, and in today we'll be talking a little bit about um, the if and else that we had done, and I may do a little bit of editing on the frame. So let the NetBeans start. So there you go, that's it. And for if and else we're gonna create calculator that I have already made. Source code below, you can download it. This is how it looks, and equal to, you can see that I have written something else. It's not an if else command. We'll talk about this later. Before that, we can shell and remove all this stuff. Yeah. So let's get talking about this. I'll first talk about how the numbers work. Thus, the logic that the numbers follow to get printed. Okay, so I'll press button 1 and I can tap it multiple times. So the logic behind this is nothing but set text to what previously was written. I just setting the text up. That is very basics of this. So it should be quite simple to understand, and what most people can create for themselves. Now it comes to the addition button. Now let me explain these things. You see, before whatever we were doing, we used to specify our variables inside a method, but this time we have kept it outside a method because we want this to apply to the whole frame. I already have discussed what char and double and string are in my previous video, and I have talked about initialization in my previous video. So leaving this apart, let's get to the plus sign. So what the plus sign does is that we first get a text, whatever was written earlier, as a string. We get a text. We get the button data. We get the button that has been clicked. We get its data, like the first character. Like, let me show you what I'm talking about. So like, you see I've written some text here on these buttons. Like in this case it's a plus sign, so I get that text. Then a caret, I think I have assumed character add, that's what it means, and it's sub method that you can use to get texts. And the last is that you get, now this is serious because earlier I have set t1 equal to 0. Now what I want, that whatever was earlier there, I add that to t1, it becomes 0 plus whatever was there earlier. That's now the new t1, and I want to keep the text blank. So this is what I have done with plus, minus, multiplication, and division. As you can see, I have written that for all. You can see that here as well as here. So this is all simple stuff. I come to the equal to button where I am gonna do the coding. It's again in, so whatever is now there, we're just taking that, and now I am gonna write the codes. So this is like the only time I have written it. So if s equals plus, there is an error. Let's check why there is an error. Checking that, I will tell you. If s is equal, I think I've talked about assignments equal to and comparable equal to. So here we're comparing if s is equal to plus. We want t to remember the previous variable that we had said, t1 plus d. D is the new text that we get. Else if, it's another same boring stuff that I'm just gonna write. I have already talked about that, how you don't need these curly braces when only one code is being written. I'm just going to keep that in mind and just move forward with that. Else if s equal to. There is one thing that many people ask. That is, this code, there is a thing that should come is that I am using only single quotes because that's what we use for characters, and that should be a simple thing to understand as an overall thing. That's what we use. So yeah, it's quite simple. So now here we get something. Replace the chain of ifs with switch. I'll be talking about switch in a video, maybe today in this video itself, or yeah, let me just talk about it. So this is the code in if, and let's run it first, and then I will talk about switch. Okay, so here we are. So 1 plus 1 gives us 2. It's working fine. Alright, so now I'm going to talk about switch. You see, there I've written so many ifs that, and they're all related to only one variable. I'm just comparing the s variable, and I'm doing it. So they've said, why not convert all the ifs to a switch like this? And this was what was earlier written in my code. This is what I was written, and you saw in the video when I started off. Switch is nothing. It just takes the s, and we just make some random cases and it make it work. And after every case, we have to press a break so that it doesn't do all this stuff and it just jumps. And if it matches none of them, we have that code for it. And so that's all, and then we just set the text. I was talking about making a designing thing today as well. So I will today make a close button as well. Yeah, this X button. So for that, just drag and drop a button. Okay, so just drop this and just name it close. Right, so I've just made this button, and there the code we will use is system dot exit. Many people say, why only 0, why not 1, why not 2, why not 3, why not 4? Well, you see, whenever a system shut down, they create a log which shows the reason why the system had closed off. Similarly, when so we as programmers have thought that 1, 2, 3, 4 show error. So whenever there's 1 and someone's reading through the logs, you realize, okay, this is the error. You can't find out the error, but you know it's an error. But when it's 0, it's said that there is no error. It works fine. So that's why we use 0. So let's put this into test, and voila. But it doesn't make sense to create a close button if you have 3 buttons here that are already there. So how to remove those buttons? I had told you that you could do designing with your properties. So just click on not on any button, just click on the frame and you will see all this stuff. So what you need to do is you need to find a thing known as undecorated, which I can't find. Okay, here it is. I don't know how to zoom in. If I can just zoom in now. So how do I zoom in? Yeah, there should be these effects. Tools, technical support. Oh god. So yeah, we don't have any tools to zoom in. I don't know why. But if we do, I'll just look and tell you. Yeah. Anyway, here just check the end decorated. It will be unchecked. Just check it, and this is how it will look. It looks so sad, so ugly, and we don't have the dragging ability as well. Now, see, whenever we're doing it, we have a system. So that's it for this video. But in the next video, I may be again talking about if and else, and may come up with a new thing known as loops, which is another fun part. I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Hope you liked the video. Do subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Yeah.